Castorice is a character that stirred up quite a lot of controversy before her release because of her passive talent of reviving characters even if she isn't on the team. Now, she was one of my favorite characters in Emphoria's, but getting her was not my priority at the time since I already wanted Acheron and her light cone, and as a free-to-play player, I wouldn't be able to get both of them and a light cone in the time before the banner ended. But I guess fate wanted me to have her either way, and I guess I'll tell you that story in this video. Okay, so obviously I do not have her pulling session recorded. I got her like 16 pulls after I got Acheron, which I think is pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. I did want her, I just wasn't sure if I was gonna get her because I would have to be really lucky, and my luck was not doing that much in that time period, but it did pull through and I somehow got her. So now it's actually time to build her. She is my first quantum damage character, 5-star character, and I desperately needed one, so I am very happy about getting her. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do, we're going to have a quick look through on everything that I already gave her, which is actually not a lot. I do not have her light cone because I obviously did not have enough stellar jades to also get her light cone and Acherons, and I was doubting that I was going to be that lucky. And she only kind of requires her light cone, so we're going to have to work with what we've got. I have only one relic piece for her, and I got a planar sphere and a link rope for her from farming for Mighty's relics, so that's that. We are leveling her up. This is what I always take care of first when it comes to making these videos. I'm not gonna show you guys a lot of clips of me farming the boss fights or whatever. I'm just gonna show you guys a couple of times of me getting the rewards, and then we're gonna totally skip to other stuff. Now, I wasn't really thinking about ascending her to level 80 for now. I just wanted her to be level 70 for now. This is what I always do. It makes my life way easier when it comes to building characters, and the damage amount doesn't really change that much, so I guess it's fine. And after leveling her up, we are actually going to take care of her traces just a little bit because I did not have any of the materials required to level them up a little bit more. Well, I had barely any, and as you can see, I'm using everything that I can. I really do not like farming traces, but I recently found a feature in the game that I probably should have known about for a longer time than I did, but it did make my life a little bit easier when it came to farming some stuff for her. But yeah, as you can see, we are farming some of her relics. Now, it was a very long and dreadful experience, mostly because I really wasn't getting anything useful for her. I was getting some good pieces that she wouldn't have been able to use. There were some pretty average ones, but remember guys, whatever relic I give her, there's a really small chance that it's actually gonna stay on her. I'm just showing you guys a couple of runs because I'm not gonna show you guys all of them. I did give her that feet piece. It wasn't the best, so that's that. I decided to give her a crit rate body piece just for this short little period of time because I had nothing better to give her. And another thing is, this headpiece is not going to be staying with us, so do not worry about that speed. We're going to keep her speed just a little bit under 95 because this is what is required to get that boost in your crit rate. And also another thing about these relics, I swear to God, even the good ones, they were just not rolling like they were supposed to roll. So it was overall a very long and disappointing experience. But in the end, I actually did manage to get her an okay build, I guess. There are some pieces that I am okay with, and there are some pieces that I wish that I could change, but I couldn't do it just in time. And building her to the point where she is going to be at the end of the video did take me a little bit over 2 weeks. That's why the previous video wasn't a Honkai video, it was a Genshin video, because I just wasn't finished with her. And I know that I wasn't prepared to to build her like at all, but it was pretty much the same with Acheron, I guess. I wasn't really pre-farming anything, I was just doing everything like on the run. So yeah, I should try to remember about pre-farming. And I also did get quite fed up with the leveling up of these relics and farming them, that I just decided to craft one for her. This one was okay, I guess. As long as they don't have speed, it's pretty much fine. The most speed that I'm gonna be able to get on a relic is 6, I'm pretty sure. How do I know that? You're gonna find that out later on in the video. But yeah, the relics were not the best. They are a little bit leveled up. I also wasn't sure whether I should give her a quantum damage bonus planar sphere or an HP planar sphere, but I did figure it out later on in the video. There were a lot of touch-ups that I was doing literally like yesterday when it came to her build, because something about the amount of damage that she was doing was just not sitting right with me. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Now, I do want to flex a little bit. I have a really insane save file in the Divergent universe where you're literally every single one of my characters gets their ult back after using their ult. So that's pretty useful, the amount of times that I did a run in this Divergent universe with that save file, and it literally took me like 1-2 minute max, or maybe even less than that. I don't know, I didn't really count, but it did take me a very short period of time to farm some of her stuff in the Divergent universe, simply because of that save file. I love it. Like, you literally do not have to do anything. Now, as for the feature that I was talking about that made my life easier, and how did I not know about it earlier, I have no idea, but it's the autoplay one. The game literally plays for you. Like, that's so amazing. I didn't know that it existed, and nobody talks about it. I haven't seen anybody talk about it, and I've been using it literally all the time since I discovered it, and I discovered it during making this video, so I'm really happy about that. I also did have to take a little break from farming the relics, so I did switch up to farming her traces, and we also have to switch it up for the video so that it's not as boring. But yeah, so I did not know that the game could play for you, and and I'm very happy that I found out that there's a feature like that. And I also did find out by accident, okay? I found out by accident. How did I not know of it? I don't know. I just don't go around clicking random buttons. And yeah, that's that for the topic. As you can see, I am leveling up some traces. I did not record a lot of the farming sessions for the traces, simply because 1, it's boring, 2, I wasn't even fighting myself, I was letting the game do it, 3, When I was farming her Echo of War, um, I had to do it at difficulty 3 because if I went any higher, I was dying like constantly. So I had to do her Echo of War a couple more times than I should have been doing. I don't know, I just kind of have beef with this boss. Like, I don't like it. She never lets me defeat her early, or just I don't know, I didn't like it. I wanted to do a showcase on that boss, but I tried and I didn't like it. Is it a skill issue? Probably, but do I want to practice on that boss? No. And the thing is, I do not have enough good characters of the elemental type that she accepts as, you know, breaking her shield. I do not have that many characters of those elemental types built. And finally, I hope that I am going to be able to get to building Firefly, because fun fact, she's actually one of the first limited 5 stars that I have on this account. The first one was Jinyuwen, I think, and then she was the second. And I made the account a couple of months ago, okay? And I already have quite a nice number of characters, in my opinion. I'm still lacking certain characters of certain elemental types, but it's just gonna have to take some time. I am a little confused right now about, like, on which character that I wanna, you know, farm for, but that's besides the point. Let's get into her build. So yeah, her crit rate 47%. Remember, she gets that 32% bonus, which is pretty good. It's like 79% of crit rate. I guess that's really good. In my opinion, that's really good. She has 199% of crit damage, which is also really good. There is still quite a little bit of room to improve, but we can't really do anything about that right now. For her light cone, you've already seen it. I do not have her light cone, so this is what we're gonna have to go with. And it's this, I don't know, I don't have any other light cones that might be good for her. Obviously, you've seen me level up the traces for like a minute or a little bit more than that, so I don't really need to say that much about them. And as for her relics, yes, they did change a little bit. This is the headpiece that I gave her. I have one, and I'm showing it right now, that gives way more crit damage, but it doesn't have any crit rate. So yeah, her hands piece, out of the question. I don't think that I will be able to replace it anytime soon. I think it's the best piece of all of the pieces that I have given her. The body piece, crit damage, crit rate is the best that I could do. And her feet piece is very mid, in my opinion. It could have been better. It did not really go into crit rate, not even once. So yeah, and I did craft a better feet piece for her, but it had speed, and I cannot do it because I'm already really close to hitting over 95 of speed. But anyways, I changed her planar sphere to an HP one, and I don't know if I changed her link robe, but I think it's pretty good. Obviously, she is E0, and now it's time to get into the showcase. Now, as you can see, the boss that I'm fighting right now is the newest boss in the game as of right now. Now, I was struggling quite a lot with finding a good boss to fight with her. Now, if you don't know me, or if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, then you don't know that I do not have any supports built or on this account. So I'm gonna be fixing that in the future, don't worry. a lot of people have recommended me to get Ron May. I still haven't done that because I'm not sure. I'm still a little bit confused as to whether I should get Ron May or the guy, because I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name because that's just gonna be embarrassing. As you could have seen on the screen, she did 280k damage, a little bit more than that. But in my opinion, that's really impressive. I know that there have been people that have been doing 800k with her. Unfortunately, as of right now, I am not one of those people. Her relics are still not the best, and there's still a lot of room to improve. But I do think that I still did a good job with building her. Right now you're seeing the third showcase, which in my opinion did not end up the way that I wanted it to end up. I noticed that in fighting this Echo of War, she doesn't crit as much as she would normally do. So that's that. Like I said, by the way, this is difficulty 3. This is difficulty 3, and as you can see, I am still having some issues with it. But it's fine. I did defeat the boss in the end. Now, I do have to say that I am really satisfied with the amount of damage that she does. As of right now, her and Acheron are the characters that do the most damage out of every single character that I have. There are a lot of characters that need a couple of improvements, like Mighty, or even the little Herda, the 4-star Herda, because she has been on my team since the beginning when I started playing the game, and she hasn't left it since. So yeah. Now here's the thing. Overall, I do think that I did a pretty good job with building her. Obviously, get it with the relics that I had to do everything for it to work, and it did work out in the end. It might have not been the best, but I'm still proud of myself and the way that I have built her, and I'm still proud of the damage that she has done. Obviously, it's not as much as other people do, but that is to be expected if you don't have her light cone or really crazy relics. And it does take a really long time to build a character properly. So I do think that I did a pretty good job. As for any future characters that I might be building, we'll see. Firefly is on my list, but every single time that I get a new character, she just kind of goes down the list, like I'm gonna build her later or whatever. So that's that, and it's almost the end of the video, so I would like to thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, you can always leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and yeah, see you next time.